On this episode of Country Boy Gas Garage, we begin a complete brake rebuild on this old bus. So let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Country Boy Gas Garage. Now if you're new here, this is our 1948 Ford F5 church bus. It was abandoned in the forest for over 25 years and we revived it and drove it out. Now if you haven't watched those previous videos on the bus, you got to go back and watch them and get caught up to where we're at now. We've been through a lot to get to this point. You know, this thing was full of rats, the motor was stuck, we had to cut down trees to get it out. We drove it out of the forest. You know, chapter 1 of the story was getting it out of the forest. Chapter 2 is driving it under its own power and original parts back to the old church for a reunion. Now, there will be a chapter 3, and I'm not 100% sure, but if it's up to me, we're going to do a chassis swap, airbag it, and put a big block in it. You're going to have to stick around to find out what we end up doing, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now, if you have been following along, you know that right now we've got the wheels up at a tire store being replaced with new tires. And with those wheels and tires off gives us the opportunity to dive in there and replace all those brake parts. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. We're going to pull those old brake drums off, get those old shoes out of there so we can send them off for a core charge. Then we could order all those brake parts that we need. Now I did start pulling those drums off the other day, so let me show you that video. Okay guys, well let's get these old drums off here and look at the condition of these brakes. Alright guys, I already doused them with the PB Blaster and let them soak for a bit, so let's go at it. Okay guys, they're fighting me. I've tried PB Blaster, pounding on them with the hammer. Let's try a little heat. Try a bigger crescent wrench. That one came. Got him. Now there's these three large screws holding this drum on, and they gave me a fight. But I got them all broke loose, so we should be able to pull these out. Okay, well, with any luck, this drum will just come right off now. All right. Well, okay. Well, there's not much wear on the shoes themselves. But it does look like there's been a brake fluid leak or something. There's gunk everywhere. It could be wheel bearing grease. Well, regardless, we got new shoes on the way and a new wheel cylinder, and we'll get all this switched out. The drums look good though. Alright, let's do the other side. Alright guys, now I've already let this soak with some PB Blaster and hit it a few times with the hammer. Let's go. Oh, that one came. So these ones are coming a lot easier than the other side. One more over here. And the other side really put up a fight. This side was easy. Came right off there. Oh man, these look great. There's not much wear on those brakes, but we got new ones coming, so these ones are coming off. Not too bad for how old they are and how long they've been sitting. Okay, that brings us to where we're at today. We're going to finish taking these old brake shoes off of here, and we may replace the axle seals if we can. So let's get started. So let me show you these drums and brakes, and then we'll go from there. Now this side wasn't so bad. Like I was saying, it was easier to get that drum off of here, and the brakes aren't that bad. And here's the drum. Looking pretty good. A little dirty, but not too bad. Now the other side seems a little bit more dirty, so let's go take a look. Now this side obviously had a leak of sorts. I've already doused it with plenty of brake clean, and it's still pretty funky. And I'll show you the drum. And let me show you how this looks. There's not a whole lot of wear on the brake shoes, but there was a whole bunch of grease in here. All this, and it was all over the brake shoes and in the drum. I did douse it with a bunch of brake clean, but I'm gonna get the pressure washer out here and give this a blast. Get as much of this grease off of here before I dive in and get those shoes off. Alright guys, let's get this all cleaned up. I'm going to start with some of the super clean degreaser. Now if you haven't tried this yet, you need to pick some up for yourself. I'm just going to douse everything with it first and let it soak for a moment, and then we're going to pressure wash it. All right, let's go. Alright guys, let's get these old brake shoes off here. Now it looks pretty simple. Just a couple bolts at the bottom and the one spring. So let's go. Coming off pretty easy. So far I've been really surprised on this bus how everything's come off pretty easy. It's probably due to that axle seal leak. Coated everything in grease. Kept it from rusting down here. But, yeah, these are coming off pretty easy. There should be. Now for the other side. Alright, they're coming loose. There should be. Okay guys, now that we're in here, I'd like to go ahead and take a closer look at this hub assembly and see if there's a seal that we can replace. There's obviously some kind of leak in here and it looked like bearing grease all in that drum and brakes. So I'm not exactly sure how to do this, but let's pull this apart and see if we can't fix a seal in here. Yeah, there's a seal that has failed here. So let's get this all out, repack those bearings and put new seals in. Okay guys, so here's a closer look. It's not actually that bad. No rusting, no scoring. The inner seal here is intact. It doesn't look too bad, but you know, I do have a new one here, so I've got it off. Might as well get that old one out and put the new one in. Yeah, the bearings, they look all right too. I'm not sure if these are required to be packed or not, but I'm going to go ahead and pack them with grease before I put them back in. So let's do that. Thank you, Harris. Well, that's it, guys. We got the brake shoes off to send back to Chuck, and we got new axle seals and the bearings repacked. Well, let's get cleaned up. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Now, we've left off at a point where as soon as those brake parts come, we're all set to get them installed. And in the meantime, y'all need to go over to the merch store and pick you up some hoodies or t-shirts. We got all kinds of sizes. There's new items being added all the time. So go check out www.countryboygasgarage.com and pick yourself up some merch. I appreciate y'all for watching, so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and be sure to stay tuned for that next video.